Last year's picnic, your husband, sex back. I'll stop the whole thing. Don't you wait in line for the bathroom? You got an issue, I'm in a state, girl. Got it. The big garage, Scotty just walking away from the church vegetable garden and proceeds to irrigate the whole damn thing. Those vegetables, sweet dreams.
Hello, everyone. Oh, are you guys on mute automatically again?
Hi,
Maybe.
Debbie.
Oh, there we go. Hi. How is everyone?
Good. How are you?
Hello.
Good. Happy
Hello.
November.
Good.
Oh, I see lots of faces on here. Jeannie, Abby, Karen. I love when I see faces. A lot of people have their cameras off. Carol Ann, Kristen, Carla, Courtney, Vicky, Catherine, Amy. Oops. Sorry.
Hello, everyone.
Alexis, Dar. Dar, look at all these faces. Oh, you're muted.
I muted myself. Sorry.
Okay, I thought I undid it. Jeff's settings automatically go to mute everybody, and I thought I took that off for this.
No, I muted myself, honey.
Okay.
I think there's going to be stuff going on in the living room here, but we'll see.
Well, everyone will have to mute eventually, but it's fun at the beginning to get people chatting a little bit. All right. We're getting some people in here. We'll give people another minute or so, and then we will get started. How about all of the stuff that came out? I can't wait to talk about it in a minute. It was just like inundated with cool stuff today, right? Holy cow, what a fun November. They are getting us ready for, definitely getting us ready for the holiday shopping season. All right, so let's see, it's 8 o'clock. I'm giving people till 8:01 and then they'll have to catch the beginning part later. Let's see. All right, who else joined us? Kim Brady, Dina. Let's see. I'm looking for faces. Andrea, turn your camera on. I'm gonna call certain people out. We like to see faces. It's way more fun for the people who are coming on talking. Dana, Mandy, Tara. Hello, Olga. Are you gonna put a face on? There she is. Oh, I see Angel. No, Olga still has an O. All right, it's 8:01. We're gonna get started because I want us to get off on time tonight. So you guys can go on with your evenings and enjoy your families. Hey, Sherry. All right, recording is on. Yep. Okay, welcome everybody to our November. I can't even believe it. I just can't believe it's November. I don't know about you guys, but I feel like we're in this time warp or something since COVID. That just, time just like seems to fly by. Months are just flying by. Maybe it's because I'm getting older. They say the older you get, the faster time goes, but I'm going to say it's because of COVID because everything's blamed on COVID. So welcome. I'm Debbie Bry. I am one of your uplines, and you probably have many other uplines other than myself. Raise your hand. That's why we love to see faces. If this is your first team call you've ever been on, do we have any hands up for your first? Oh, Jeannie and Amy and someone that says iPhone in her coral sweater. Anybody else new? First time? Oh, Olga, welcome. Oh, and you turned your camera on. Thank you. Jen Sheets has her camera on. Oh, Tony, it's your first one. Well, welcome everybody. If it's your first one, welcome. If it's your, I don't know, we've been doing this 4.5 years, almost monthly. I think monthly. So could be that's whoever wants my quick math person, April, you can tell me how many that is. All right. So we are going to go through a little bit of recognition announcements, and then we're going to jump right into training because we have 3 amazing speakers today. Yeah, you can put your name in the chat if you're new too. Tammy Gibson made, oh, is that you're in the coral sweater? Is Tammy Gibson. Let's use the chat today. If you want to have questions throughout, you can comment down there. If you know something exciting, or if I say put your name in the chat, go ahead and do that, because then people can kind of look at that and you guys can kind of interact as we're going through the night. It definitely makes it more fun. All right. Our month of October was amazing. Let me start. I have so many great notes here. You guys pulled out $1,063,398 in PV and sales last month. That is phenomenal. Over $1 million just on our team of $11 to $14 polish. Our volume, our lifetime volume of our team is 28,780,094. So my guess is we will hit 30 million. My goal would be by the first of the year, right? Hopefully by the first of the year, by 2022, we'll be a $30 million team, which is amazing. We have about, I was trying to count and I swear my eyes were doing tricks. I'm pretty sure we have about 79 new stylists on our team. We had 1,360 stylists on our team that sold $300 or more, which means all those people, if you are one of them, put your name in the chat if you want, get your hands in the air. That means you are in 3 packs of twosies. That means you got in the exclusive graphics from our team. If it's your second month in a row, it means you got your name, you're 2 out of 3 months in for getting your name in drawings of $900 of prizes just for our team. It means you're the second month of your Tokyo Lights necklace. And it means we changed the requirements for the Wave Runner group this month. The Wave Runner group was established last month. It's a group that senior executive directors, Dina Doyle, put your hand up. Amanda, Rebecca, you're here somewhere, put your hand up. And myself went to home office last weekend. You saw our posts. Phenomenal. Of those 50, well, we went with 25 out of 50 that went total. there's about 30 leaders now that all want to work together to get our teams together and to teach each other. It's always amazing when we get to cross train like that, because everybody teaches so different and everyone has different things to welcome and bring in. And so if you did 300, last month you had to do 1,000 or enroll 2 people. We decided we want to try to touch on more people to let them have the benefits of all these leaders. So this month it's going to be if you sold 300. If you did 300 or more, I emailed you today. You should have got a link to go into the group for both the graphics, the exclusive graphics, and for this exclusive Wave Runners group. Watch the Wave Runners group every day. It might be a post, it might be graphics, it might be a live, it might be a challenge. They will offer something in there. A leader will be in there every single day. There'll be some panels with multiple people talking. So it's going to be amazing. So congratulations. Get your hands up again. 1,350 of you are in. So imagine that's just from our team. Imagine how many people are going to be in that group. Isn't that amazing? So congrats all of you. If you want to type your names in, I'm so excited for all of you. That is amazing. Let's see. Put your hands up if you earned Circle of Excellence last month. These reports are not run yet, so I don't know. That means you sold 1,000 and enrolled 2 people. Who here has done that? And put your name in the chat for Circle of Excellence. Your names need to be out there. Haley Cameron. I see that name. Anybody else? No other hands up? How about Riviera Maya? Did anybody? Oh, Kristen Liebeck did. Nada did. Did anybody qualify for the Riviera Maya trip as of now? Anybody? Get your hands up or type your name. Haley Cameron, I saw you post that. Courtney Huther, Darlene Lavoy. Oh my gosh, so exciting. There are still November, December, and January, 3 months left for that trip, everybody. Okay. Oh, the twosies, back to the twosies. We had 1,350 people get 3 packs. We had 376 people earn 6 packs. Raise your hand if you sold 800 or more last month to get 6 packs of twosies. All right. I see Tony, I see Ashley, I see Andrea, I see Haley. You can put your name in the chat too. And we have leaders in there who are sure are following everybody's names. Carissa, Jackie. Oh, congratulations to everybody. There were so many cool things. All right, let's talk personally enrolled. I'm going to do the top 6 and personally enrolled. The reason I'm cutting it 6 is because these people did 3 people and up. We have a 2-way tie for 3 new stylists each between Helene, I'm going to butcher it, I know, but I would like to pretend I have a French accent. Boile Lafond. Did I butcher it or was I pretty French? My kids said French in elementary school. I learned 2 words. It was not your name. All right. She and Haley Cameron tied for 3 new stylists each. Congratulations, ladies. And then we have 4 new stylists. 3 people brought in 4 new stylists. Stephanie Fratton, Kathia Amand, and here's another French one, Isabelle Blatoy. All did 4 new team members. And number 1 in enrolling with 5 new team members last month is Annie. Oh boy, Annie, I should know. We have 2 Annies with this name. I should know. Matavier? Am I kind of close? All right. So congratulations. That is awesome. All right. Now we are on to personal volume or PV. So whether it's American or Canadian, PV, we have number 10 with 3,757, Stephanie Blazkevich. Way to go, Stephanie. You guys can unmute yourselves. It's really high. You guys can share. Number 9, Haley Looney with 3,898. Number 8, way to go, Haley.
Very.
Kylie Leah Myers,
My two
4,197.
They have torn my yard.
Number
up.
7, we are just at number 7 and we're in the 4,000.
It's not much fun.
Joni Rizzi, 4,369.
That's half the fun.
If you know you have a loud background, keep yourself
So-
muted.
Deb me.
Quiet background, then
Definitely.
unmute
Deb me.
yourself.
Deb me.
What is this? Don't worry.
Can I
about
get, what is this? Which one am I supposed to open first?
the big one.
Here we go.
The big one.
Let's go.
And this is yours too. But you'll get to that in a minute.
Who unmuted?
Deb.
I like it.
That was
There you
Debbie.
go.
Someone text her in Colorado on that one. Okay. Number 7, 4,369, Joni Rizzi. Way to go. Number 6, Kelly Schroth, $4,486. Number 6, we are not even to our top 5 yet. Holy cow. Number 5, and again, we all sell the same thing, right? $11 to $14 product. Let's just remind ourselves of that with these blow of the head brain mind sales. Number 5, Erica Robinette, $4,596. Way to go. Number 4, Maureen Flanagan, $4,860. Way to go. My gosh. Number 3, here we go. Top 3, Janice Hayes. Are you ready? $6,135. And that's number 3. All right. Way to go, Janice. Number 2, Darlene Lavoie, $6,142. I mean, it's just crazy to me. And then we have number 1, and this person's number 1 a lot. No wonder she's number 1 in her state. No wonder Darlene was number 1 in her state. No wonder Janice Hayes was number 1 in their state. I mean, look at those numbers. Number 1, Courtney Huther with $6,634. Absolutely incredible. Way to go. I mean, I'm mind blown with that. So way to go, everybody. Let's see. Qualified closed nail bars. This is our last one I'm going over. We have 2 people that tied. I'm going to go actually 2 people that tied with 8 closed nail bars. 8, that means roughly 2 a week. Remember, we always say book 10 to hold 8 to enroll 2 people will get you explosive growth on your teams. We have tied with 8 closed nail bars, Melissa Metler and Stephanie Blaskevich. 8 nail bars each. Way to go. Tied with 9 each. We have Cindy Dam and Kylie Leah Myers with 9 each. Incredible. Then we jump to 11 nail bars. Erica Robinette, 11 nail bars. Way to go. Then number 2 in nail bars with, well, actually, no, 2 and 1 tied. 1 and 2 tied here. Janice Hayes and Courtney Huther, both with 16 nail bars. 16, roughly 4 nail bars a week. So if they're on here and you want to ask in the chat, how are you getting 16 nail bars? Are they doing Battle of the Hostess? Are they doing multiple ones at once? Go ahead and ask. And if they're there, maybe they're going to answer your questions for you. I know Courtney a lot of times has a meeting on Mondays, but you can see maybe one of them is there. Of course, maybe any of those people with 11, 9, and 8 nail bars are there. Go ahead and ask questions. Okay. Congrats to everybody. That seriously is mind blowing. You guys are amazing. And we still have 2 months left in our holiday shopping season, right? So let's talk about everything the company is offering us for this month. First, we have our hostess special, gorgeous set of polish Dove Me Not for our hostess exclusive. Again, great way to get your hostess to get that extra incentive. How about this? Promovember, really Black Friday. You know, they mentioned when we were in New Jersey last week, they said something about, because I can't remember, someone said, can you get us the graphics for Black Friday earlier? And they kind of were like, you know, just hold your horses, basically. So what they kind of insinuated, right, Amanda and Dina? Like, you know, we got something, they hinted to us something that's going to be totally different. If you are new, they have never done this. Rolling something out every Monday for the next month. I mean, come on. How amazing is that? So this week, the special, if you enroll somebody, they score 3 months of Wave website fees, the $9.95 plus $20 credit. I mean, that's a $50 value towards the $129 kit, if you look at it that way, to balance out what, to make the kit in a sense less, because they won't have to spend that money somewhere else. That's amazing. So definitely let people know about that. That's an amazing deal. I'm saving the best for last. So let's go to this one. Not that this isn't the best, but I'm talking best special. Oh, you guys, this is a gorgeous set. And I mean, did you see the foundations that we're giving to? 100,000 to Fisher House, 50,000 to TAPS for Tragedy of Survivors, and 50,000 to Canine Warriors. I mean, if we couldn't be prouder of our military, right? I mean, if people have served, raise your hand if you have served in our military and you are on this call. Yeah, Dar, who else? Anybody else on this call? I'm trying to hurry and flip through, get your names down below. How about if you have a spouse? If you have a spouse that served, put your name below in the chat. I mean, we are just so grateful for all of you. Dar, I know, as a spouse. Kim Brady, I don't see you. I think you served too, or just your husband. I thought you did too, Kim. I thought in my head, but maybe I'm wrong. What's that?
Just Justin.
Just Justin. Okay. Oh, 3 military sons. Yes. If you have a son or daughter, or a wife that has served, put your name below, because this, I think, is such a special set. It's gorgeous. I was so proud to put it on my personal page today. So thanks to all of you who have served. You definitely make our country what it is, because I know darn well I'm way too much of a wimp to do what you guys do. So thank you. And now let's talk about.
If I can make it through, you can, Deb.
Oh, I'm kind of a girly girl underneath my skin. I'd have to wear a glitter uniform.
I tried.
I don't know if
believe
it would pass.
me. I tried.
Oh, that's so funny, Dar. All right, this, again, never been seen before, this Dash for Cash. Holy cow. Okay, you get a brand new promotion. BQ Stylist, $50 extra. Senior Stylist, $100 extra. Team Leader, $300 extra. 6 Directors, $600. Senior Director, $800. Executive Director, $900. Senior Exec and above, $1,000 cash bonus. I mean, I don't know, that could definitely, any of that could help with holiday spending. Amazing. They didn't just stop with promoting, they also want to help you with sales. You get an additional 5% commission when you sell $350 or more in your volume in November and or December. And you can, if you want to print these and put them all over your board so you can see them and think about them and whatever the word is, you will it. I mean, that's extra money that you receive. And so if you're already at 600 above hitting enhanced commission, you get more extra commission. So you'd get your 3%, then an additional 5%, an additional 5%. I mean, that is amazing. I am so excited about the extra ways to get extra cash for the holiday season. So remember, put your goals down. We're not going to talk about goals today, but write down what you want and put it up on a board so you can see it and you can earn it. If you know you want to get, earn 40% commission with the enhanced commission and the Dash for Cash, then you want to make 2,400. If you know you want to sell 2,400, if you know you want to sell 2,400, average nail bars about 300, you probably need about 8 nail bars, about 2 a week. So kind of do your math and break it down of what you're going to need. All right. So it's a perfect way to roll into what we're going to talk about today, which is getting bookings. Bookings are what we need to pretty much get any of that. Bookings are what we need to get new team members, right? Because that's where we meet new team, new people that could be interested in the business and they can see what you do. So you can earn the cash and you can get new team members. Bookings are where you're going to be able to get new hostesses for more nail bars to help you get that enhanced commission and that extra 5%. right? Bookings are where you are going to be able to offer the hostesses this beautiful new set. Bookings are where you're going to meet new people to offer them the special. Parties are where it's at. Why? Because it gives you everything all in one. It gives you everybody in the same room together that's all feeding off each other. But one of the biggest things, and I'm going to share my screen. Let's hope I can do it fairly easy. Let's see. Oh, there we go. Okay. Let me do that. Then let me do view. All right. Do you guys have it? Can you see it? Okay.
Yes.
All right. In order to get bookings, I'm going to tell you what we as leaders experience a lot. I can't get any bookings. Nobody wants to have parties. I've talked to a bunch of people. No one wants to do it. Trust me, we hear this from ourselves too sometimes. But I want to challenge you before you come to us and tell us that, for you to look at yourself first. All right. So I want you to think about your mindset. Before we can talk about bookings today, we're going to talk about where your mind is. And ironically enough, it must be that time of year, because our leader call talked about this today too. And in another training I just watched, talked about this too. So it must be what's on everybody's mind. It's the end of the year. We're still in COVID. Numbers go back and forth. There's a lot of things that happen. Maybe our mindset has been on all the craziness. Let's hone in our mindset and get it on what we want with our business this holiday season and what we can do. Okay. All right. What I want you to start thinking about is a growth mindset. I want you to start thinking about making things bigger. I love this little acronym here. With a growth mindset, look at the acronym for mindset here. You're going to make mistakes, but what do we learn most from? We learn from our mistakes, right? The biggest things we remember is because we made a mistake first. I is for improvement. Of course, we all can get better at this. Every day we're all improving. So the more you do it, the better you're going to get. N is for never. Never stop learning. We are always watching trainings. We're getting on calls like this. We're watching Tuesday training. We're watching Connect the Dots. We're going and training on our app, because why would we want to stop learning? Because we don't all know it all. I promise you, there's not one person in this company that knows everything. Not even Mr. Park, right? Because he can learn from us. We can all learn from each other. D, determination. Determination is going to get you through anything, the hard times. S is for success. It doesn't happen by accident. Success, sometimes we can be you in a business like this, you may find success and not sure how you got there, but it wasn't by accident. You were doing actions that you were being taught. You may not have realized it. And then you may backtrack and go, oh, geez, I guess I was doing what they were teaching me and not realize it, but it didn't just happen without you making that effort. Which leads me to E for effort. Put in the effort. How do you overcome challenges? Don't give up. We're all going to hit challenges all the time in this business. But what do you do to get over it? Because I'm telling you, when you get over them, you feel a lot better. And then T is things. All things are difficult before they're easy. There's nothing that we can start brand new and it's going to be easy. Well, I shouldn't say nothing, but a lot of things. But just signing your name to start this was getting over that first hard thing to do. And then it might be alive, and then it might be asking someone if they want a sample. All those things might be hard, but every time you do it, they get easier and easier. There's no such thing as a fail in what we do. I love this little acronym. Fail is the first attempt in learning. I mean, if you're a parent, aren't these all the things we say to our kids? But then as adults, we tend to think, well, by adulthood, we should know this. And so we kind of discount these types of things for ourselves, all the things we tell our kids, but it's true for us as adults too. You know, we always need to better ourselves and try new things and keep life going, right? That's what makes life fun. So there are no failures in this business. There could be some really good blunders, but there's no failures. Oops. All right. Let me move my little, I don't know if you guys see, oh, Hang on, I gotta move my little box. Where am I? There we go. Okay. Remember, you are training your mind. You are either training it to look for things to go wrong, or you're training it to look for things to go right. Train yourself to think only positive thoughts. I love this because we want to work to train our brains to think positively. In order to do that, here's some different things, and we're going to really hone in on one of them today. But you can keep a practice a gratitude journal. You know, I think that's all we were telling our kids that we always tell them, but really honed in on it during COVID, when your mind could start playing tricks on you. Write down 3 to 5 things every day that you're grateful for. Focus on the good things. You know, I mean, when you're talking the person who can list 100 bad things that went wrong with the day, I don't know, I'd rather talk to the person who has 2 good things than the person who has 86 wrong things, right? Focus on the good things. If all of a sudden you're dwelling on a bad, retrain your brain to think of, okay, but this is what's good. If something bad happens, train your brain to think, okay, but this good came out of it. Spend time with positive people. Again, I don't know about you, but I don't enjoy being around the people that are negative. I choose to be around people who are like me, and I feel I'm a pretty optimistic, positive person. I don't want to be around people that bring me down. I want to be around people that bring me up and make me feel good, not make me feel like crud. So the person I call on the phone and I get, how are you? And I get the heavy sigh. No, every once in a while, it's okay when something's going on, right? But the friend you talk to all the time and it's like that, those are the friends that I often then choose, you know what? I'll wait for them to call me, because I'm not calling that person when I'm in a good mood, because it's only going to bring me down. Spend time with positive people. Open yourself up to humor. My gosh, if we can't laugh at ourselves or can't laugh at things, boy, I don't know. That to me definitely makes me think positive. The more I laugh, just the happier it is. I went to a wedding over the weekend. It was amazing. The groom is just a funny guy. And instead of having just a serious wedding, like he's known for always bouncing a ball, at the end, they didn't throw rose petals. When they finished and they kissed the bride, the wedding party threw tennis balls up in the air. Through the whole thing, he would crack little jokes because he's humorous, but he adds, every person who talked about him, they all say the same thing. Every person wants to be around him because he makes every person feel good, and he has the perfect balance of humor. Practice self-taught or self-talk, okay? And that's what we're going to work on today. Self-talk, making yourself have positive thoughts and positive mindset before you go into things. All right. I like my little guy here. Right now, for this next second, we're going to have a little come to Jesus meeting, okay? I want you guys to think for a second here. I keep moving this. I don't know if you guys see my little bar. Maybe it's just me. Okay. Here's our little come to Jesus meeting. Before Haley takes over, I want you to think and take some time to self-reflect for a minute. So think about when you've called your leader, or you've called a side sister, or someone else, and said, I can't get bookings. I can't do this. No one wants to hear about the business. No one wants to buy anything. I want you to think for a second. How many people did you really reach out to? Did you reach out personally by phone call, text, messenger? Oops. I was going to say your email, but apparently my email got cut off. How are you asking? Is there a different way you should word it? Did you give yourself enough time to do reach outs? Did you have enough time to post? Did you have enough time to send one text and then you said no one wants to have a nail bar? Did you have a good mindset when you did your reach outs? So before you say nothing's working, I just want you to take a minute to think about those questions. How many people you really reached out to? How did you reach out? What were you saying? Did you give yourself enough time? And do you have a good mindset? Okay, that's our come to Jesus meeting of self-reflection. Now, I'm going to how come it's easy sometimes by accident it switches? Okay, we have 3 people coming in to talk to you today. we have Executive Director Haley Cameron, who is going to chat with you a little bit. Then we have Senior Executive Director Amanda Rebecca. And then we have these two, if you've been, if you've been here, you've heard from them. They have moved up in the ranks into leadership. They book parties, they hold parties, they sponsor people. So some of you may say, well, they're leaders, they know what they're doing. I can't do what a leader does, which is why I'm not going to let you say that, because we also asked brand new stylist Ashley Mefford to talk as well today, who just enrolled September 21st. So just over a month ago. It's in September, her sales were $870 with 9 days left in the month. In October, they were $2,170. Ashley has, I don't know, she was on my Strong Start call the other day, and I'm pretty sure she said she has six nail bars. She'll tell you about that. So you're not allowed to tell me that Haley and Amanda are leaders, and that's why they're able to share this with us. All right. So all three of these ladies are going to share with you tonight a bit about their mindset and what they do to get bookings. So I'm going to start here with Haley. Haley, you ready to go?
Yep. Hi, everybody. All right, you guys. So I just want to introduce myself a little bit, just because I feel like my line of work kind of ties into, I think, why I focus so much on positivity and mindset so much. So again, my name's Haley, and I've been with Color Street for almost 4 years. So my 4-year anniversary will be in January. I'm a special education teacher, and I've been in the profession for 9 years. So it's coming up on, it's like almost half of my career, I'm realizing, as a teacher, have I been doing Color Street, which is kind of weird to think about. But in working in special education, I come across students all the time. I work with kids for years with emotional impairments, who really had difficulty looking at anything positively. And so that was their biggest barrier. And now I'm starting to work with kids again with learning disabilities. And I'm hearing those things again, right? Of like, well, I can't do that. Well, I'm not good at that, or I'm not going to do whatever it is, right? And I just like to share that because I strongly believe that we first have to get our mindset in check before we can do anything, right? Like we have to have this mindset of, I can do this. Because if you say that you can't, then you most likely won't, right? If you say that you can, I believe then you probably will. So before I kind of go into flipping some of these negatives to positives, I wanted to share with you like my own personal mantra that I use to keep myself in a positive mindset. I'm really big into fitness, and one of my favorite Peloton instructors, if there's any Peloton people out there, let me know. But she always says, I can't, or she says, I am, I can, I will, I do. And so when I'm going through, difficult times, right, with Color Street, because I never sugarcoat it, and this business is like a roller coaster. And so you are going to have times where it's going to be hard, right? I always think first of what my goal is, and what my intention is with this business. And then I think, okay, I am, I will, I can, I will, I do. Because if I literally say that to myself whenever I come across something hard. So that really is, for me, how I flip that negative into a positive when I'm in that headspace and I need to get something done. I have to take time to get in the right mindset. So with that, I'm going to kind of go through 3 different kind of phrases that we hear. And these are all things that I have thought at one point myself, or things that I have struggled with myself. I would never get up here and tell anybody, do this, do that, if I've never experienced it myself either. So I'm right there with you guys at some points, but this is what I do to try to get over that, essentially. So when I hear people say, I can't get any bookings, right? I literally have, in the past few months, I've never said that to myself. I used to back in the day, right? But now, I'm going to call myself out on this right now. I have one party for November currently. It's one that I just started yesterday. And I'm still not saying I can't get any bookings, because I had a little come to Jesus meeting with myself over the weekend and said, well, it's because I haven't reached out to people. Like I literally haven't taken the time. Right. And so sometimes, it makes sense with what's happening in our lives, or maybe it doesn't. Right. Sometimes it really is because we're super busy and life is kind of taken over. And other times it is because, right, I'll be honest with myself, it is because I'm being lazy. Right. So I try not to say that. And instead I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to get at least one booking today. So in preparing for this and writing some notes about this, like I reached out to 2 people before our call. Neither of them have actually, one of them did message me back. It's my aunt, and she ghosted me, you guys, my own aunt. Okay. And this is the second time she's ghosted me. Okay. I'm not taking it personally. Maybe she got caught up with, it's okay. Right. But I went into the night saying, okay, I'm going to get at least one booking. Right. And I'll kind of go back to this in a second, but today someone is going to say yes. Like, we really have to tell ourselves these things, but not only just telling ourselves, but really believing it, right? That what we have to offer them, it is worth it to people, right? Is worth it to get 5 free packs of polish for an average party, right? I would want that. And somebody out there wants to earn nails free and half off, and I'm going to find them, right? A lot of times what really gets me in this mindset, if I ever do feel like, oh my gosh, I can't get any bookings, like, whatever, right? Maybe I have reached out to 10 people and still not gotten a booking. That's the statistic. So if you're newer, the statistic that we kind of go by is if we want one party booked, we need to reach out personally to 10 people, and statistically we'll get one booking from those 10 people. But maybe you did do that, right? And maybe maybe you didn't get that yes, right? But if I look out at other people, and especially hearing from other people within our team, within our larger Color Street team, I see people having parties. In fact, I see people having like 20 parties a month, and that's like no joke, that really happens. And so when I see that, I'm like, well, they're no different than me. Like I can do that. Like I just have to, they're probably asking more people, right? So, and then this last one says, I'm reaching out to at least 20 people, right? So if you want to get a couple bookings, reaching out to 20 people. Now, if you're newer, a lot of times when we're new, we have that close-knit friends, family group who will help us and support us. And so maybe that statistic is less for newer people. But when you've been in it for a while, like a lot of us have, going on 4 years, I really do have to go into the catalog of customers sometimes. And sometimes that means recycling, right? I just, actually, no, I take it back. I messaged 3 people today before we got on this call. I was chatting with someone who wanted a couple sets, and I said, oh, hey, it's been about a year since you've hosted a nail bar, and I know you're not ready yet for the stylist gig because we've talked about that. I said, would you be interested in hosting a nail bar in November for one of the new exclusive sets, right? And she said, okay, give me a little bit to think about it, maybe. I said, okay, great, let me know, just in conversation, finding those moments that you can ask, right? And so I only asked 3 people today, and I did not get a yes. So that means I need to reach out to 7 more people statistically to get 1 yes. And that's okay. I'm willing to do that because I know that somebody out there wants those sets, and I know I can get them those for free. Okay, nobody likes to party, right? I feel like we're going back and forth, right? Because I think right now a lot of people are feeling like people are kind of Facebook partied out, right? I've had that experience where I feel like that, or maybe we feel like, oh, people, maybe still don't want to get together, or maybe don't want to clean their house for a get together or make food or whatever it is, right? But there are people who want to do that. There are people who want to have a reason to get, some folks together, and have some sort of like cookies and Color Street, like holiday cookies, whatever, right? I know there are people who want to party, again, because I'm seeing other people. So that really does make me think of, the people that I've seen within our company. Like a name that comes to mind is Monica Arce, who has, if anybody is familiar or not familiar, she has a really awesome mock nail bar. And if anybody has a link, like throw it in the chat because it is great. And she really does like 20 parties a month. So I'm looking at her going, okay, I know there's people out there who want to party because she's getting all these parties, right? So I know that it's possible. And then another thing you can think of too, instead of saying nobody likes to party, is if you like to go to parties, right? If you're the person who supports people in the parties, I'll be honest with you, I wasn't one of those people. Like when I saw Facebook parties, I ignored them. But you know what does make a difference? And you know what parties I would want to go to are parties in which people reach out to me and really like take the time to tell me about the product and get me interested. And I mean, this could be a whole nother training, but that is a lot of what we do when we hostess coach. So, you know, even think of the people like me who, I'm being very honest with the fact that like, I didn't like stuff like that, right? But I've gotten into multiple different other direct sales companies because someone took the time to reach out to me, one of my friends who was hosting a party, and tell me about it. And then it got me interested. And then it wasn't like I have to, you know, go to this party and, you know, and help a friend out. It was like, no, I really want to buy, and, you know, making sure that I'm buying from the party. Then last one says, nobody is messaging me back, right? I just used my example of my aunt, who this is the second time now that she has ghosted me. And I just saw her the other day too. But in all seriousness, like we could let that fester and we could let that bother us. I really don't. It takes up too much time and energy for me to be offended that somebody didn't message me back. And I'm like, okay, well, if you're not interested, I'm going to go find somebody who will, right? And also people are busy. So sometimes they don't message back. And again, it's not because my aunt doesn't love me. It's not because she doesn't want to support me. It could be that she really did forget, right? And if someone really isn't interested, you know, don't take it personally. I think to myself, it's not me. It's not the product. We have an amazing product. It's not the opportunity. Maybe it's just not the right time. And sometimes people are not as graceful with their words. So they just don't know how to say no politely. So they just choose not to say anything at all, right? And I've been in that situation. Many of you have maybe even been in that situation too. And the more people I reach out to, the better the odds that someone will respond. So again, going back to it being a numbers game to some extent, right? That the more people that you reach out to, the better chances you have at getting that nail bar booked. But sometimes it does take that little bit of mental toughness, right? If you are experiencing someone not messaging you back, or maybe someone telling you no, right? Saying, no, thanks, I'm not interested, right? I've experienced that before. And one of the tips that I have for people, like if you are prone to that, which I am, I'll be totally honest, is I will do small increments at a time, right? Some people like to just get all their reach outs out and they'll just message 10 people in one day, right? Or 20 people in one day. And they're like, all right, I'm just going to get it out. I'm going to get these parties. I personally don't work like that. And some of you may be feeling the same way. That's why I told you I reached out to 3 people today, because 3 people, one, was what I had time for today, right? And I could manage in small pockets of time to message 3 people today. And 2, I know that I will get discouraged if I message too many people at once and I get those no's. I know that about myself. So I will choose, rather than messaging 10 people all at once, to kind of break it up over the course of a couple days. But another recommendation that I would give as far as being in that positive mindset and being ready to reach out to people is I would have in your head, what is your goal time? What is your goal time frame of when you want to get those parties booked? So like I do my parties every Wednesday. So I have one party this week, which is this Wednesday. I don't have anything booked for next Wednesday. So in my head, I'm like, okay, I have between Monday and Sunday, when I go to set up my Facebook groups, that I need to get some parties booked. So that means each day I need to be working toward that goal of getting at least 1 to 2 parties booked for next Wednesday, right? So in my head, I have that mindset of I'm going to get a booking before before this coming Sunday so that I can have a party for next week. So you got to go into it with that mindset, being willing to, find different ways. And I know Amanda and Ashley are going to talk more about, the people and what you're doing to get those bookings. But I really look at all different angles. And one of the things that I use are booking games. And I know I've come across stylists who, you know, have had a party and maybe the party wasn't the best, right? I think we can all say we've had a poopy party, right? And I always play a booking game. I don't care if that party had 0 sales, because that's happened to me before. I'm going to play a booking game in that nail bar, and I'm going to have that mindset that maybe this, for whatever circumstance, maybe this party didn't do great, but there's someone in that nail bar who wants to have a party, or who maybe wants to join as a stylist, or maybe I'm going to get a party booked from this party, and later on, I'm going to get a stylist out of it. And that just happened to me recently. I had a party not even hit the first level of rewards, and I got a stylist out of that party that didn't get to the first level of rewards, right? So it's having that mindset again, that I have something to offer, and that no matter what, I'm going to try to get a booking from that party. And sometimes the booking games work and sometimes they don't. And if they don't, it's not like oh, nobody wants to have a party. It's like all right, I got to go back to my old school. My booking game didn't work. Nobody bit at it, right? I'm going to go message people individually in the nail bar who maybe placed orders, and check in with them, offer a nail bar for them to earn their free packs as well. And then the last thing I'll say, I'm kind of skipping around on my notes. Last thing I'll say is utilize your resources too, right? We all are here for each other. Everybody has multiple uplines, leaders on their team. So if, let's say you are in your head, you're like, dang, I am reaching out to people. I've definitely heard from stylists who really are reaching out to people. And the one thing that I'll say, and it kind of goes back to what Debbie had in her last slide, is maybe let's look at what you're saying then, right? Is it too heavily focused on us as stylists, right? Or is it focused on that person and what we can do for them, right? It has to be about the person, no matter if it's enrolling, if it's booking parties, what is in it for that person that would make them want to book a party, especially once you're in my shoes where I'm meeting people from parties that I'm like just meeting for the first time, right? They don't know me very well. They're not a good friend of mine, right? So they're not like, oh, I'm going to book a party with Haley because she's my good friend, right? No, they just met me. I'm just the nail girl in the party, right? So, you know, what is it for them that's going to have them host the party? Because they're not doing me a favor, right? So that, you know, go to your upline, go, you know, send somebody a message and say, if I sent this to you, what would you think? Right? And be comfortable with what you're sending out. All of our team groups have like ideas of, you know, I hate to call them scripts, but like verbiage, right? What could you say to somebody, but make it your own and feel comfortable sending it, right? If you are like, oh, I don't like that, then don't send it, right? Rework it to make it sound like you. But then once you have that one good message, right? Then you can copy and paste it a little bit and kind of just change it, tweak it for each person. And then it's not taking so much time to like sit down and be like, okay, what am I going to say to so-and-so, right? So I think that is it. Anybody have questions or anything before we move on to, I think Amanda's next, right? No? Okay. Thanks, Debbie.
Sorry, I was muted.
That's okay.
Thanks, Haley. That was great. Thank you for all the info. And I want to move right into Amanda then. Thanks,
Alrighty.
Haley.
Thank
So
you.
Thank you, Haley. There was so much good stuff. I just want to encourage you guys to drop questions. And if something resonates with you or something you used, please feel free to drop it in the comments and make sure you're keeping an eye on those so that way you can jot some things down. I know it's hard. I'm a teacher like Haley, so I know it's hard to listen and write and type and do all those things at once, but just jot some things down. I jotted a bunch of stuff down while Haley was talking. So I'm always trying to just grab a couple things that I can use. So I like Haley have been in for 4 years, but I don't want that to be intimidating to you to think, especially if you're new, to say, well, again, they've been at this for a long time. It's easy for them to have that mindset because it's not. It's something we are always working on. And I wanted to share just a few tips for bookings. I'm going to piggyback a little bit off what Haley said. I'm going to try to keep it short. I have a hard time doing that. So I'm going to really try to keep it to about 5 minutes. So we'll see how I do. Really quick though, before I even start, I want you to jot down not necessarily names of people, but who are some types of people that you could reach out to get a booking today. Just drop a couple names or types of people, I guess I should say. I'm anxious to see who you guys type in the chat. Because one of the things I'm going to challenge you to do tonight is to make a list of at least 10 people. So as you're typing in the chat, I'm seeing old customers. I have a whole list of people hopefully you guys can think of. Yep, old customers, fun ladies, friends, coworkers. Awesome. So I want you to start brainstorming people that you can reach out to. And you guys, this does not matter if you started yesterday or if you started a year ago. I'm telling you right now, everybody can reach out to these people. Now, you may not have old customers. That's the only thing you won't have if you are a brand new stylist. But I'm telling you, there's people that you can reach out to that really maybe we've exhausted if we've been in the business for a little while. So I'm just encouraging you to take a look and see all of these people that everybody is putting in their best friend, old customers, you know, especially if you've been in for a little while, you maybe can reach out to that friend that hosted for you in the beginning. This might be a great time for her to host again. I guarantee you're going to meet some new people. So keep them coming, you guys. I love seeing those while I'm chatting. One of the things I wrote down, because I want what your takeaway with me tonight, I really want to be that the magic is in the messenger, because you can have the best booking game. You can have the best party ever, the most hoppin' VIP group, doesn't matter. But if you are not in Messenger with your customers and your VIP members, you are not going to book parties, because very rarely, unless somebody has something special, I don't, are you going to get people that just comment, I can't wait to have a party with you, when I drop my hints and my posts about bookings and hostess rewards and nail bars, because I get somebody that comments on a post like that every once in a while. Sometimes I'll get hostesses who, I'll say, tag some of your friends who you think might really want to host a party. So sometimes I'll get some of my hostesses to do that. But that's just really for me to see who I really need to be reaching out to, because everything I do, I swear, comes from Messenger. And it was funny because I was going through one of my old books, from one of the old conferences. It was actually the 2018 conference. And there's so much in here I realized I want to read back over because I was really liking what I was reading. But one of the things the keynote speaker said that year that I circled was sell yourself before the product, because you really want to be building relationships to be able to book nail bars. And I realize that doesn't happen overnight. So sometimes when I'm just going for bookings, I hope that I've planted seeds in the past, but that's not always the case. I want to share a couple groups that I've reached out to, and I have some messages here. I'm not going to read them all to you, but I keep a ton of messages in my phone. Like, my notes is my best friend. I keep, these are some of the groups of people that I have messages for already in my phone that I just tweak and send. Unlike Haley, I love to mass message. I will message, I'm not kidding, 50 people in a day when I am bound and determined to get some connections moving, build relationships, and get bookings. Because I also don't like to be told no, like all of us do. However, I love when I'm sending out bulk messages, because then I'm not worried about responding. I'm not waiting for that one or two or 3 response. If I'm only sending out 3 messages, I want to just keep sending. Even when people respond to me, I don't even go to the message. I just focus on messaging during that time. So time block and get a message that you think you can send to at least 10 people. Maybe my 50 is a lot, but I know when I'm in the mood and I block that time for it, I know I want to make those relationships and start building those connections. So these are some of the groups that I reach out to. This was a message, for example, I sent just last week. I always say Susie, I don't know why, but hi, Susie. It dawned on me that I never even sent you an accent sample to try during Mary's party when we met. Shoot me your address and I'll mail you one out tomorrow. You can even use it as an accent with traditional bottle polish. I hope your Sunday is going amazing. Now, that's not a booking post, but this is somebody I've never spoke to. I go back to my old parties I go back to old parties. You guys, I went back to old, like 2018 parties and sent this message to people last week. I got multiple people that asked for a sample just from doing that. Now, again, that's not a booking, but I know these are people that now I can follow up with. I know when they try that polish on that that's going to be what hooks them. So I want you thinking about not just messaging for booking purposes, but just messaging in general. You can message. I saw a lot of people do follow-ups, right? A lot of people said follow up with customers. You guys, that can be follow up with your VIP group. I have messages that I send to inactive VIP members. Okay. If you're a new stylist, you can be reaching out to new VIP members. I always encourage my new teammates to, yeah, and my hostesses, go ahead and invite to a party, go ahead and invite to your VIP group, but send a message. Hey, I wanted to thank you so much for hopping into my VIP group and helping me to launch my brand new business. I would love to offer you a sample. I really look forward to getting, honest feedback from people I know and trust. That would be a message that a new stylist could send out today, right? Again, you're not asking for a booking, but you are planting seeds. So sometimes booking seeds that I planted 6 months ago come to fruition. Some people I just ask, because sometimes I will. Sometimes I will flat out ask for a party. I might say something like, in fact, I took this one from Dina Doyle. I saved her messages also in my phone. I hope you're having a great start to the fall season and that you're loving your Color Street polish. It's been a few months and I wanted to see if you would like to replenish your stock for free. I have 2 November spots that will feature the fall collection and holiday collection that just launched. Would you like one? Here is one of the new sets. I almost always send one set of a collection because I want them to be commenting back to me and starting to build that relationship that way. I might just ask if they've seen the holiday collection. Here is one of my favorites. I just wanted to make sure you saw them. Let me know if you want to see the rest. Why? Because I want them messaging back with me. You guys, I cannot stress enough. That is how I've built my business 100% over these last 4 years, is booking parties, reaching out, and continuing to ask people. Think of those different groups. If you're new, go through and write down your Frank's list. We don't have time right now for everybody to do it and put it in the chat, but I encourage you, friends, relatives, acquaintances, neighbors, kids, social media connections. Think about people you haven't reached out to. I will, you guys, I wanted to go in the middle because I'm going to email myself this note that I just was reading to you guys, and I'm just going to drop it into the comments here in just a minute. I'm sure I have my notes on my computer somewhere. I can probably just do it that way, but I will share some of these. My, the team page I run for my particular downline, I always just put out my notes there. I love verbiage, and like Haley said, I know it sounds kind of weird to say script, but all I mean by that is a starting point. Sometimes it's just a matter of not knowing what to say. And sometimes it's really not that much. It's, hey, I just wanted to see how you were liking your polish that you purchased from Sarah's party. This is what I also always do. I wanted to see if you've tried Tokyo Lights yet. It's my favorite. Yes, you guys, I look back at their orders. I am specific with my follow-up. I keep a note. I keep a binder. I don't have it on me right now to show you, but I keep a binder of the orders, but you can do it right through the virtual office. Go to a closed party. Go to that group in Facebook, start clicking on the people that you already followed up with maybe, or maybe you haven't. Ask them about a specific polish. Have you tried Coral Bay yet? I noticed you purchased one of the holiday sets. Have you used it or are you saving it? Because it goes a long way to ask those types of questions. So I'm just going to encourage you to get in Messenger, get uncomfortable. It stinks to get, when I send out 50, I probably get ghosted on half. I don't know, maybe it's more. I don't care. I really don't care. I'm looking for those couple of people to message me back and that I can continue to message with, and then eventually get to that party booking question. Or sometimes, like I said, if I'm just going for that, I have messages that I'll just offer. We have a November promo that we just put out. For me, you guys, I'm going after the fall sets and the holiday collection. I love that November set that is for our hostesses, but I'm going to bank on our holiday collection right now. I'm going to send one of those sets and I'm going to send a message with it. And that's even a fall set, a gorgeous fall set that is really, now that we're into this cooler weather, Those of us in the northern states, getting into that season, sweater weather, those are the things that I'm going to be sending out. So I hope this was helpful. I ran over by a couple minutes, but that's good. On my students would probably say that's good because usually I'm way longer than this. So I hope it's helpful. I will drop some messages in the chat right now, and yeah, go get some bookings because it's the best month of the year, you guys. November. I mean, people want to earn free sets. Our strips are made in New Jersey. It's fun to joke about that they're not on the barges, but it's true. And people can get it quickly. So I think that's something fun that we can emphasize during this crazy time. So thank you guys, and I will share some messages.
Thank you. Thanks, Amanda. Lots of good things. And yes, people are asking for that down there. So that would be awesome. All right. Thank you. So many good tips so far. And let's now finish up. Last but not least is Ashley. You there, Ashley?
I'm here.
All right. First of all, I need to recognize how proud I am of you for being in a month and already being ready to come on and talk to the team. So talk about a big hurdle. That's a big hurdle for a lot of people. So thank you.
Thank you. I'm excited that I got the opportunity to talk to you guys tonight. So like it's been said, I've only been a stylist for a little over a month. I was a little bit hesitant to join at first because I wasn't really sure if I could be someone who could actually sell things. And then as I was actually doing my nail bar, I found out, hey, I'm actually not too bad at this. So let's give it a try. So as I've started, like my mindset is the only way that this business is going to work is if I work it. So that means booking parties to generate business and create those contacts that I'm going to be able to use in the future. So like most people, I started with my Franks list, family and friends, to see if any of them would be willing to have a party. And based off of those parties, what I did is anyone who placed an order or anyone that was really active on the page, I would personally reach out to them in Messenger and say, hey, I've noticed that you're enjoying the color street. Is there any way that you would be interested in earning some free sets? I'd love to host a party for you. Or if they placed an order, what I would do is after they got their orders, I would make sure and follow up with them to make sure that they got their sets, because we all know shipping's been a little bit dicey the last few weeks, but making sure they got their sets and that they like them. And if they do, then I say, I'd love to earn you some free sets by hosting a party. And then I make sure and send them a picture of the actual hostess reward so they can have a visual of what they could earn if they wanted to host their party. Most people, I do get some, I don't have time to do it. And that's where it comes in as, there's not, the more they interact, the more they're going to get out of it. But as far as doing work wise, it's a lot of us doing those pages and us doing that work. Yes, we need to coach them and make sure they know how to interact with with the other customers, but it's not like it takes a big time constraint from them. So I just make sure and let them know that. I have had a couple people that say maybe not this month, but closer to Christmas. So that's how I've booked a few parties in advance, is by saying that, I'm okay with them booking next month or the month after, because I have that on the books. I have it wrote down. I know it's going to happen. And then the other one is that they just had a party, which is understandable. So then I just follow up with, hopefully maybe you'll want to have one for the spring or with the spring launch. So let me know. Once again, just still making sure I keep those contacts and keep that in the back of my mind. And I actually keep my notebook and I write down who I've contacted and who have ordered. And I star the people who I think might make good hosts so I can make sure and follow up with them. And then, like Amanda had said, it really is, it's all about the follow-up. It's making sure that you are following up with your customers that are ordering from you. And then the other thing that I found really helpful was the holiday mystery bundle that we got early. So I actually used that to incentivize people to book parties. So anyone who booked a party would get to pick an icon, and they would get that free set that correlated with that. So I think a lot of people a lot of people like free things, and they like that early access to things. So it is nice when we do get those bundles that we could do that. I found that super helpful, and I actually was able to book 4 parties just from that alone. And then I just really do try and keep a positive attitude, because of course you are going to get some no's. But I just kind of try and keep that mindset that those parties are where I'm going to make the money, and that's how I'm going to grow my business. And even if they say no now, that doesn't mean that they're going to be a no for forever. And I have actually been able to flip one host into a stylist, which has been really awesome. So she tried it once and she was absolutely in love, and she was like, okay, what do I do now? How do I get these? What do I do? And I think that's the great thing about Color Street, is that you can literally have never heard of it before, never used it, and they're so easy to use that people just instantly fall in love because they're affordable and there's no mess and they're so easy. So I'm hoping that for the holiday season, I'll be able to cultivate even more customers, just because these also will make really great Christmas presents, I think. So I actually booked a party even today just by reaching out to a couple of people saying, hey, you know, Christmas time is coming. People are going to be looking to buy gifts. These make great gifts. Would you have any interest in hosting a party? So I think that there's a lot of opportunities that we can get just by using those contacts through our parties.
Thank you, Ashley. I mean, right there, it just shows, first, I love that you say so much of the lingo that we use. Shows that you must be listening, right?
Yeah.
So I love that you have literally followed what we teach and you're seeing success from it. So congrats on flipping your hostess. That's amazing. How exciting. So again, it's a process that's not, it's an easy process, but it doesn't mean it's always easy to do. You know, we're all going to have our moments. So I so appreciate Ashley, Amanda, and Haley all sharing some different tips with you guys. I'm going to put one more screen up here, and then I'm going to stop the share. So what I want to do now is offer a challenge. We've done booking blitzes where we all get on the phone at the same time, but instead we're doing it a little different this week. From now through Saturday, so tonight through Saturday, we are doing a 1-week booking blitz. I'm going to post a graphic in Beautifully Polished, and it's just going to, you know, say November booking blitz. So I want you to drop it when you get a hostess, any party you book this week from right after this call through Saturday, screenshot your party link and put it in the comments below. And then we're not identifying how many or who, but leaders are going to be picking winners to earn prizes. So definitely get pictures posted. You'll be able to use some of the tips that you learned tonight. Amanda's going to give you some of her vocab. Go into the oh gosh, give me the name of it. Guides. They're called guides now in Beautifully Polished. Go into the guides and you can see different things for nail bars. You know, I know tomorrow, actually tomorrow, if you are in the Wave Runner group, I believe tomorrow she's going to give you verbiage in that group as well for nail bars, because tomorrow we're talking about nail bars. So FYI, peek in there tomorrow. That might give you some extra verbiage if you qualified, if you sold 300 this month. Yes, that will go out. I got to make it real quick, so give me like 10 minutes. And then finally, I do want to say in the email I sent today to people who qualified for that group, it's called the October BQ graphics. I gave the link in there. Some people are responding saying, can you resend the link? That's the link that's in the email. The old group we had for last month, because we're getting rid of that one, that old group was called September Exclusive Graphics. So we're going to be dumping that one in 48 hours. So make sure that you are in the new one if you qualified and sold the 300. If you did, you got an email from me today. so it's in the email that I sent for the new group that you need to be in. Okay. If you need the old one, if you never went in and got the old graphics and qualified, then reach out to your upline and they can give that, link to you too. Or I know some of you have asked back to me, but I think people asking me want the October one because they were confused. Okay. So thank you, everybody who spoke. Let me stop the share. Thank you for a great, fabulous month. We have a lot of things to look forward to this month. Lots of work to be done with all these promotions to promote. So, again, reach out to uplines if you have questions, you need help, you're not sure what to do. That is what we're here for. And we are more than happy to set up a call and help you.
Hey,
Okay.
Debbie.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is there any leader or anyone who needs to add?
No,
something
no,
at the end?
Courtney asked if you could go to the growth slide.
Oh,
Could you share your screen and just go back for a second? I saw it in the chat.
to which one?
The growth one,
Grow.
probably towards the beginning,
Did you
I
want
think
that one, Courtney, to get a snapshot of the three ladies?
think she wants-
Self-reflect. This one? Oh, I know, the very first. My little quotes. And I'm gonna I'll post this call too. So if people weren't on it, they'll have the slideshow too. All right, is there anything else there, Amanda? Anything else that needs to be answered? Or did I forget anything?
No, I think you're good. I just wanted to share since I had my notebook out in front of me really quick, because this was Connie Podesta. Do you remember when she
Yeah.
presented? I loved her.
Yeah.
But she really quick, she gave the biggest excuses for not doing well in a sales field, where the price wasn't right, the economy isn't good, which everybody's buying everything nowadays. The product isn't what people want. There's not enough prospects. The marketing's not there, or you're in a bad territory. So she was going over with us, and it just resonated when I was reading back over it. Like, we have such an amazing product at a good price point that can go on, 50% of maybe more, 50% of the people in the United States. And I think a stat they gave the other day, I think it wasn't a leader call, but right now, statistically, with what we have in terms of our sales in the back office, I think we've hit about 10% of our target population, which is, I would guess 18 and older. Maybe they went like 16 and older, but I thought that was pretty astounding. So just looking at the number of different people they have that they has purchased in the virtual office versus how many potential customers we have in the United States. So there's so much room to grow here, you guys. I can't wait for a super awesome November. So.
And to add to that, Amanda, remember, people spend money now, period. It's the holidays. People spend money. So the question is, are they going to spend it with you? They're going to spend it somewhere. So whether it's with you or in a store, make it be you. Or whether it's you or another stylist. If you don't catch them, somebody else will. If they want Color Street, you don't catch them, someone else will catch them. So they're going to spend it. So it's either with you as the Color Street stylist or you over the other stores. So do the reach out and let it be you. Okay. All right. Going back. Oh, thank you for going back to that slide. You're welcome. All right. Did anyone end up asking Courtney how she got all of her nail bars?
She's going to talk on one of these meetings for sure.
I know. I've been trying to get her.
Tonight for her, because I need to learn some of her magic.
Right. All right. 9:15. We did good on timing. Everybody have a great night, a great November. I'm going to get that. I'll get the call recorded and posted for people that couldn't get on. And I will get a graphic made for you to post your parties that you book from right now. Ready? I'm going to say go, and everyone's going to hang up and get their parties. Some of you are in a different time zone. You can still be working right now. I feel 9:15 might be a little late for a reach out here, but you guys in Mountain Time and Pacific Time, you guys got hours to still work. All right. I'll talk to you later, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.